for joining us.
Good afternoon, and thank you for having me.
Now, Nana Yaw, government waiting for these incidents to occur before promising to fix the footbridges within a week. Doesn't this cut a dent on the image of government itself?
Well, I think we will be stretching matters too far if we start looking at the issue of government, the entire government. Sometimes it is good to look at the entire government, but sometimes it is even better to begin to look at the various sectors that have direct responsibility for ensuring that what must be done is done. And so we have decided to focus our lens on the local authority. We have decided to focus our length on the Ministry of Roads, and we have decided to look at National Security and Interior Ministry. I think that if we begin to direct our calls towards these institutions, we are likely to get a quick response and some sense of accountability on this ongoing unfolding events at Adentan.
You did talk about the state and local authorities. What exactly are you expecting them to do to ensure safety on our roads?
Well, what we are expecting them to do, which they have started, unfortunately they started yesterday after yesterday's unfortunate event, is what they are doing, fixing the bridges, throwing in law enforcement agencies there to ensure that speed limits are adhered to, putting in a few more logistics to ensure that the street lights are functional. That is what the people of Adentan have been asking for in the last couple of weeks. Unfortunately, blood could not draw attention until yesterday's very unfortunate incident. And mind you, whatever has played out in Adentan, if you monitor the media and social media very well, you will find out that a lot more is brewing in other parts of the country. We are asking the National Security Ministry, the Interior Ministry, together with the Roads Ministry, not to sit and wait till social order is disturbed, not to sit and wait until there is a civil disturbance before they do what they must do for the citizenry. As I speak to you, the one that appears very, very broad and very soon may explode in our faces is the Tema motorway. People are now driving through the Tema motorway without paying tolls, and their only excuse and reason is that the street lights are down, the road markings have faded so badly, and there are a lot of gaping potholes on this highway. We must not sit and wait for a social disorder before we begin to fix the things that we must fix.
And for the public also using the stretch themselves, what can they do to ensure their own safety?
Well, we have said that safety is a shared responsibility. Somebody may be jaywalking, as in crossing the streets at unexpected places, but we as motorists too must understand where we drive and how we drive. If you get to a very densely populated area like this, or an area where we have so much commercial activity within the road environment, it's important that we drive within the speed limits. And it is clear in the road regulations that we must drive not more than 30 kilometers per hour at such places. But as it stands, because it's a highway, we ignore the fact that there are a lot of commercial activities and human activity there. People are crossing anywhere and anyhow, and so we drive thinking that it will not happen to us. Everybody thinks it will not happen to them, and that's why even in the heat, at the peak of the so much outcry from Adentan, even at its peak, people were still crossing. Cars were still knocking people down.
Thank you very much for your time. Nana Yaw Akwada is the Executive Director of the Bureau of Public Safety.